you know, it's a stoppage of play.
Delayed off draft. His name Mike. She's supposed to dunk it. Go back. Turn the road.
So the refs will compromise. Was it intentional offside? Was it not intentional offside? Who knows? Well, we'll have a moment. It's all good. Peterson having a conference with Charlotte Rydell. LaRoche taking the face off. Polar Bears thus far undefeated in this tournament. Mid-Fairfield hoping to quash that. Mid-Fairfield, by the way, also the defending state champs. So Polar Bears hoping to topple them from the top perch. That puck will go long, down across the goal line behind the net. Demonsky sends it up to the point. Puck ends up with Rydell. Rydell carries it across the blue line herself, backhand. No ice. Peterson comes, nope, icing. Never mind, I was wrong. Face off. White. Up to Boyle. Wallfield, backhand. And there we go, that'll stop play. Sorry, there we go. Face off. Won by the Polar Bears. Pizarnik backhanded to Wallfield, poked away. And so, Dumonsky will send it forward, long. Back to She, White looking for pass, sends it back to She. Lots of space, skates it forward. That intended for Wallfield. Temporarily blocked. By the way, shot goes high. Kepler in the net for the Polar Bears. Tech issues hopefully are solved now. So, yeah, if you're joining us a little late, my apologies. Tech gonna tech. Save gonna save. Kepler makes the stop, loses it, scrambles, stops it. Gross picks up the clearing. And there we go. Whistle stops the play. LaRoche in the face-off. She send it over to Rydell. Rydell tries to move it forward, ends up with Peterson. Peterson looking for a pass, has to settle for passing to herself. So she's got one in the dot. Good defense. She'll pick it back up, and then we'll do this all over again. Pass to the center. Murray there. Puck came loose. Whistle blew. Doesn't matter because the Zebras win the day. And there you have it. Polar Bears making a switch. Back to She to Pizarek, Wallfield, Boyle. Mid-Fairfield on the run. Pizarek takes the puck away. Sends number 8 from Mid-Fairfield onto the ice. At least, not on her feet on the ice anyway. Mid-Fairfield now on the advance.
Go White!
LaRoche, Peterson, Murray. White. Lots of scramble, lots of poking. Nothing happens there other than Kepler proving her worth. LaRoche back in the face-off. White sends that around the kickboards. Well, Murray wants to move it. 2 times trying to get it out of the zone. White will block the shot. And net was dislodged, so whistle blows, play stops, and Bears will try to take the opportunity to get out of the zone. That's been the story in a lot of games here at Northford. The posts keep coming off. Happened earlier today in the Sharks game, and it's happening here. Again, stoppage of play. Again, the Polar Bears. Looks like they're switching out Wallfield and leaving the wings on the ice. Peterson comes up with it, gets it out of the zone. We'll send that deep. Bears on the line change. Wallfield has it. On comes Gross. I'll go a long way off. Come back into neutral ice. Bodden. Now trying to find the player in front of the net. Didn't happen that time. A little too far in front was Demonski's shot. And that would be an opportunity for Mid-Fairfield. Poked away by Demonski. Excellent at doing just that. Mid-Fairfield not happy about that, apparently. So Bodden, Rayer now out on the ice. Bodden trying to clear it in the backhand, picked off by Mid-Fairfield, and that'll come back onto the opposite side of the ice. Rydell gets it across the blue line. Gross. Curls, looks for an option. Bodden calling for it. And that puck will come long. Will it be long enough? Nope, no hand goes in the air, so play continues. Not sure why. She got it to Rare. That also called no ice. So yeah, there you go. Boyle in the right place to make the stop on that pass. Manages to get it back deep into the zone where the Polar Bears. Stars will pick that up. White stops, number 8. Madison Caramante. Both students at the Frederick Gun School. Pass, Boyle. Ends up with Wallfield. Wallfield bounces back. Pizarnik and a quick little pass. Maurice. All right, Bears switch everybody out. On comes LaRoche Peterson. I'm sorry, they didn't switch out the defenseman, just the forwards. Sent down, no hand. All right, so we're letting it play. Ooh, nice drag around. Goes wide to the left though. Peterson once again gets it across the blue line. We'll send that deep into the zone. Peterson wanted to get a pass, just comes back. Ends up with She. Peterson manages to get that into the zone. Matty Rare out chasing. No call there either on the hook. Or there. Polar Bears, I think, getting away with a couple. That'll go back as an icing. First to the puck, comes back to her, sends it across. Wallfield was there, just not at an optimal angle. It's a roughing call coming up in Dakota Boyle. That is what we call in the common parlance nonsense. Wallfield just launches it, ends up bouncing off Caramante. Behind the net, mid-Fairfield, trying to get set up. Pass to the center between feet is well done. Pizarnik trying to get that across the blue line, just get rid of it. Live to fight another day. Comes back, flash of the leather. Flash of the leather. There we go. Red leather, yellow leather. Goes the glove of Kepler, 6:47 by the way, left in the first. Demonsky off the glass. Mid-Fairfield playing dangerous at the line. In another universe, we got an instant replay call on the ice. Might be a challenge on offside, but that's not the world in which we live. Rydell toward Peterson. I'm not sure if Peterson got got her stick on the puck or not, but either way it ends up across the blue line. Peterson will end up with it and send it to the keeper, so no icing and gets it down the ice. Smart play. That'll go long and come back as an icing. I think one of the players might have gone out without a neck guard, so they're calling her off. So it's a bit of a ballet of defensemen. Picked off. Zarek. Somebody lost their stick. Number 34, mid Fairfield. Zarek senses the momentum, gets the puck across the blue line to Wallfield. Wallfield poked away. Caramante expected that puck to go slightly a different direction. White. Over the shoulder, Peterson will come to LaRoche. LaRoche has one in front and one off to her right. Drags around, looks through the circle. Back around, wanted to get it to Murray. Did. Murray took a shot, just goes a little wide. Will come back long. And that'll be an icing. I thought White might have got a piece of it, but the official disagrees with me. And who am I to disagree with them? In this circumstance. Roche on the face-off. Fairfield wins that one. Will come back at LaRoche's feet. Manages to just get it back. LaRoche ends up with Murray. Murray will try to get it across, picked off. White. Peterson expecting that puck to bounce it a different way. White will just get it very, very long. Maddie Rayer now out. She in the red helmet. And that'll come back. Officials disagreeing on the placement on some of the players, I guess. Back to Demonsky, off the official. Kepler with the stick, sends it off to the opposite side. Shot. Maurice. There's Wallfield. Wallfield. To Pizarnik. Still on the right side of the blue line. Pizarnik sends that off the blocker. Pizarnik again. Behind the net. By the way, 250, 248, 47. Boyle there in time for the one-timer. Just didn't have the right angle on it. That'll come back as an icing. Shot goes high. Pizarnik manages to stop it before it leaves. Wallfield wants to get it over to Boyle. Pizarnik makes a good play, stops it. Unfortunately, it comes across the blue line anyway, and we'll dump it off, and there we go. Murray. Rydell. She hits Peterson on the stick, And with a minute 16, that'll bring us back here. Pizarnik. No trip there. Ooh, some feistiness happening in front of the net. Pizarnik stops, finds the puck, sends it back. Wallfield will chase it behind the net. Boyle ends up with the Stars. Less than a minute now. 45 seconds if you want to be precise. Saucer pass all the way across the blue line. Taken away, however, by Marcella Maurice. To Pizarnik. Wallfield. Round one. Round two. Gets it. Sends it. Puck comes off or net comes off. And again, that's so far the story of this tournament. The Airs had one called off against the Lights yesterday, for that very reason. Peterson had it through the circle, poked away. At the end, 20 seconds now, mid-Fairfield, making a push. 15, Demonsky sends it back to Rydell. Rydell finds Peterson. And that's going to come back as an icing. 5 seconds. And Rydell just counts down time. All right, there it is. First period over. Score stands at goose eggs. We'll see you back in a minute. Welcome back. Second period. Already off to an exciting start. First 16 seconds. Bears winning the energy battle. Bears bench being rather demonstrative. Let's put it that way. Rather demonstrative. Crowd wanting the call to be an offside. It didn't happen the way they wanted it, but oh well, what you gonna do? Pizarnik. Boyle managed to keep that moving in the right direction for the Polar Bears. There's the hand coming up for presumably the hooking call. Kepler. Apologies, took off for the bench. And that's going to be first penalty of the game going against Mid-Fairfield for... I'm not sure what the call was. Might have been interference. LaRoche ultimately gets it back to Rydell. Rydell to Demonsky. That's poked away. Peterson will end up with it. Through LaRoche, ends up with Demonsky, and it'll come back to Rydell. Peterson. Peterson. Intended for LaRoche, and that will go very, very long. Kepler. Mid-Fairfield sensing an opportunity, looking to do to the Polar Bears what they have so often done to others, get a shorthanded goal. Murray makes the block, as does LaRoche, off for Noggin. Murray toward the keeper, into the leather. That'll stop the play. Bears will bring out Wallfield, Boyle, Pizarnik. Neither team thus far able to solve the opposing goaltender. She, high. Oh, I thought that was going to go in. A little too high. Pizarnik Wallfield. Tried to find Boyle for the one-timer. Didn't work that time. That one will go long, and she will chase it down. Will find it. .30 seconds left in the power play. 14:30 left in the period. Long pass. Finds Pizarnik. Even if it's academic now, it wouldn't have been an icing no matter what. Shot goes wide. Kepler sends it off. Boyle has the puck, gives it to Pizarnik. Pizarnik across the blue line. Wallfield calling for the pass, gets moved off. Wallfield, Boyle. She. Backhand. Rare out. And Gross. Off comes she. Now on Demonsky and Maurice. Maurice has the puck. Back at even strength. 13:35 left. Left in the period. Bodden. And that's going to be a call as well. Hooking. And so we'll go right back to the power play. They're switching out one of the blue liners. That'll be White. Also switching out their forward set. Puck gets past Maurice. She'll win the... Ultimately wins the foot race. White finishes the job. Murray. Take it up around the circle. Looking for one of her own. Has to kick it, ends up on top of the net. Goalie covers it, and there you have it. Peterson doubling over for some reason. I didn't see what happened. Probably took a stick to the gut, maybe. Peterson ultimately sends it to Maurice. Maurice kicks it to her stick. To LaRoche. Mid-Fairfield will clear. They begin to transition over to the Wallfield set. White. Peterson thought the puck had more energy than it did. Or maybe that there was less snow on the ice than there really was. White, Peterson. Looking for a passing option. Patient. Finds Demonsky. Demonsky sends it across to Rydell. Rydell. Will cycle, do the same thing that Peterson did. Looks for the option. Drops it back to Demonsky. Demonsky. That sussed out by Mid-Fairfield. That looked like it was going to hurt. 17 seconds with 11:41. Wallfield has space. Shot. Goes in! Caitlin Wallfield gets the first goal for the Polar Bears. Caitlin Wallfield's 2 hat tricks in the tournament comes up, puts it in the basket. Well, that changes the tenor of the game. That goal comes at 11:36 in the second period. Bears now lead 1-0 over the Mid-Fairfield Stars. She. White will end up with that after a brief discussion of possession. And that puck will end up in the Bears bench. Stop play and the face-off will come. Right over here. Rare. At the white. White now haunting. Wanted to flip that over the net, I think. Find Maddie Bodden. We had a moment's disagreement. That'll bring out the Roche, Peterson, Murray, Maurice, and Dumansky. There we go. Peterson sends it toward the keeper. She had one defenseman behind her. I believe it was Emma Spivey, number 12 from the Fairfield. LaRoche wanted to flip that up. Almost had it, too. Peterson manages to come up with it and gets yanked down.
There's nothing in front of the net.
And stops the play for the dislodged net again. LaRoche managed to get the puck into the paint. Maurice will send it at the blue line. LaRoche will be there, back in the corner to Peterson. Peterson behind the goal line, wanted to get it to Murray. Doesn't have the opportunity. Hands it off to Murray behind the net. Mid-Fairfield sniffs it out, gets in LaRoche's possession. Peterson gets hooked. Maurice will send that, and that'll go to the right. LaRoche, Peterson. Peterson wanted to get that to somebody. It didn't quite work the way she intended. And that'll come back as an icing. 10:04. Bring out the Wallfield line along with who we got. She and Rydell. Special shout out to our injured polar bears. Liv Penny, I think she's watching at home. Eve Callio's here on the bench. This Choate's a whole lot closer than Massachusetts. And I think we had another case of a dislodged net. Dump blocked by Dakota Boyle, sorry. Rydell stops it at the blue line. Pizarnik, a bit of a scrum. There in front of the Bears bench. Harper Murray was close. I'm sure she was whispering sweet nothings in the ears of some of the stars. She shrugs off one. Rydell intended to get that to a surging Wallfield. Didn't work that time, but doubtless it will another time. Wallfield wanted it, ends up with Murray after a brief stint in the possession of mid-Fairfield. Rydell now around the back. She moves it forward. Maddie Bodden out. So at some point soon we'll see Rare, I presume. And Emma Gross. Rare shot. Flash of the leather. Stop of the puck. 8:08 to go in the second period. And what is now a 1-0 game in favor of the Polar Bears. And there we have him. Madison's Bodden and Rare. And Emma Gross is the forwards. Maurice and White as the defenseman. Long pass. Mid-Fairfield. Makes the stop. Blyer! By the way, Blyer subbed in just a moment ago. First real test. And she comes up strong. High water mark for Mid-Fairfield. Blyer says, nope, not today. LaRoche set on the ice. Peterson going to be called for a slash. So Peterson will have 2 minutes in the sin bin. I shall get to hang out with Gracie Kepler. So there you go. Shot from Caramante. Stopped by Blyer. Mid-Fairfield taking the gambit of putting 5 forwards, I think, out. Through the paint. Smart pass, good setup, just didn't take the angle that Mid-Fairfield wanted. There's the offside call. All right, good. Number 81, Hungry. The last game with the Polar Bears, she was the one who hit the iron toward the end of the game. Would have tied it up. At 4s instead. Polar Bears come up with a 5-3 victory. Boyle will send that long. No icing in the shorthanded situation, 54 seconds left. And, well, 50, and now 6:30 in the period. Caramonte in the corner sends it up the boards. And up in the opposite corner a few seconds later. Boyle pressing the issue. Polar Bears have switched out. Maybe switched out their defenseman. Demonsky and Rydell. Shot, that's swept away by Blyer. Through the paint, ends up with Boyle. She'll send that back. And Gabagou. You know, the office. Demonsky will send that back. Even strength, by the way. 5:36 left in the period. Peterson on the ice. She's had a couple of minutes to herself. And Gracie Kepler. Peterson came up with it despite being taken down to the ice by number 5. What is it with Abby Peterson and number 5 sending them down to the ice? The last game against the Shoreline Sharks, she was mauled. That'll come up. Goalie gets to play a little baseball. 5 minutes on the clock in the second period. Programming note, we'll have a Zamboni cleaning of the ice. That'll be about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back for the third after this brief hockey break. Wallfield out with Gross and Bodden. Wallfield. Bodden will be on the hunt. Back to White. White. Wallfield looking for a little deflection, a little tip in. Come back. White. Get it to Bodden. Bodden on the backhand will send it forward. Gets past Wallfield. Dangerous little play. Gross. Gross will move it forward to Boyle. Boyle to Rare. Maurice keeps sending it and it keeps bumping into somebody. I think it was the same player, number 2. She will no doubt have a couple of bruises tomorrow. Pizarnik, Rare out. Woo. Off the iron on the backside of the net. That puck will go up very high. Rare back there. Pizarnik. Peterson on the ice. Everything's all messed up. Demonsky now with less than 3 minutes. Maurice. Caramonte on the ice. She's top goal scorer, I believe, for mid Fairfield. So that's a dangerous situation for the Polar Bears. Murray forward to Peterson. Peterson on the back of her stick. Gain the zone, just loses possession, gets moved off. Peterson has one behind her. Sends it. That gets Waffle boarded down. Less than 2 minutes now. Buck 55. Rydell. Peterson to Murray. Murray dropped it thinking somebody was there. Boyle to Wallfield. Wallfield's got the speed, takes the shot. Waffle down. Good save. 1 minute 7 seconds left in the period. That'll go long, come around the kickboards. Goes back to Pizarnik. Pizarnik moved off. Here we go, back check. She tracking the play. And it goes in for mid-Fairfield. Fairfield. Blyer just lost sight of it. Mid Fairfield capitalizes. And so like that, with 34 seconds, we're back to a tie game. Mid Fairfield, clearly energized by the goal. Come back to LaRoche with 20 seconds. That'll come back as an icing. So 12 seconds with a face-off in front of the Bears' net. And the Mid Fairfield Stars energized and ready to do what's necessary.
Let's go, White!
LaRoche makes a smart play, moves it back.
Get ahead.
And that'll end the period. So we're back where we started, just with one goal apiece for each team. See you back. Again, remember, we got a Zam cut. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. just one apiece now. By the way, the 19s in a similar situation, also a 1-1 tie over in their game on the blue rink. And I think against the Stars. Puck in front goes up and over. Maurice forward to Pizarnik. Pizarnik intended for Wallfield. Wallfield still continues to move the puck forward. Mid-Fairfield. Pizarnik goes down awkwardly but gets back up. That's what's important. Wallfield sends it high, up and over. And come back, Peterson. Forced a decision. That'll come back to Demonsky. Mid-Fairfield takes a shot. Goes away. That'll come forward. Murray finds Peterson. Peterson, backhanded, intended for Rydell. Picked off temporarily. And that'll come back as an icing call. That'll give the Bears an opportunity down in the zone. We'll have Wallfield out with Gross and Bodden. White takes a shot, goes low, loose in front of the net. Gross, Wallfield, off the post. I think that's just got to be the lesson for the Bears, is just get it on the net. Wallfield, shot into the glove. Bodden gets toward the net. Gross, backhand, goes just a little wide. That puck will go up and over, and it'll be White and She with the Bodden on the back check. White, She, backhand. In the corner, White finds it. Intended backhand, thinking that She was perhaps in the opposite corner. Rare out with Boyle and Pizarnik. Boyle across to Demonsky. Off a Demonsky stick. Demonsky will get it across the blue line. Ends up with Pizarnik. Pizarnik through the circle. Ends up with Boyle. Boyle shot off the stick. Up and over into the glass. Play continues. Pizarnik. They'll end up with Maurice. Maurice backhands to Rare, and that'll be an icing. So we'll have play coming over here. Have Peterson, Murray, LaRoche, She. Ooh, good reaction by Blyer. She knocks that away. Peterson. That shot from the far point ends up off of Blyer. Murray. That'll come back. Blyer. Puck. Blyer stops it. And the Bears managed to stanch the bleeding. That'll bring Wallfield, Pizarnik, Boyle, along with White and Maurice. Boyle to Pizarnik. Pizarnik get it long. Shot low. Two players go into the boards. One's down, hurt, and that will stop play. Gets up on her own power.
You got it, Laura. Let's go.
Maurice. Boyle thought it was going in one direction, finds it. Wallfield. Will send that up and over, ends up with mid-Fairfield. Maurice, back to White. White to Boyle. Boyle finds near Wallfield. Maurice. That'll end up with White coming from the corner. White takes a shot. It's blocked. That'll come back. Rydell. Peterson ties up the player, finds Gross. On comes Rare. Rydell will send that toward the net. Interesting, two centers out on the ice now. Wallfield toying with Caramante. Puck comes loose, ends up with Rare, then comes back, ends up with 81 for mid-Fairfield. Rare manages to poke that away. Murray comes up with it, sends it to herself from her glove, down to the ice, no hand pass. Wallfield gets it across the blue line and retreats. No call for too many. Not sure how they got away with that one. And that'll come back as an icing. Peterson will take the face-off out with Pizarnik and Bodden. Pizarnik. Peterson will end up with it on the boards. Still. Pizarnik! Losing is in! Pizarnik gets a second run for the Polar Bears! Just like that, the Polar Bears retake the lead. Now a 2-1 game with 8 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. Mid-Fairfield likely to come back and answer as strong as possible. And here they come, Mid-Fairfield with the puck below the goal line. Wallfield out with Boyle and Gross. That puck still ends up with the air. Boyle, backhand to Wallfield. Wallfield moved off before the puck could go into the net. Demonsky not letting that go. Ooh! Looks like Demonsky's okay. Shot blocked. Boyle standing tall, daring. Boyer makes the save! Net comes off. Gabby Blyer stopping what looked to be a sure thing for Mid-Fairfield. 7:19 left in the third.
Come on, boys, go Dick. Here we go.
Lav, Rare, Pizarnik, LaRoche out with Maurice and White. Pizarnik comes up with the Karen pass. Shot. LaRoche into the mask, goes down. 6:56. Peterson on the faceoff. Wins it, gets it back to White. White sends it forward to Murray. Murray to Peterson. Peterson shoots. Sent down in the act. Shot again, blocked. We'll get it back. Third time, maybe the charm. Nope, not that time. Peterson goes in hard. She gets back up, so that's good. 6.5, that icing will bring the play all the way back down in front of the Stars net. And we'll send in Wallfield, Gross, and Boyle. Rydell and Shee as the defenseman. Wallfield ultimately wins it. Gross back to Shee. Shee launches off the glove and into the netting. That'll stop play. Bit of a delayed whistle. Boyle hands it back to Rydell. Rydell will move that down into the zone. Ends up with Gross behind the net. Gross. She had it for a second, and that'll be Rydell chasing it down before it turns anything for the Stars. Boyle will kick it, gets across the blue line, delayed offside. Bears will get a chance to re-enter the zone. Wallfield back there. Back to LaRoche. Rare lining up as a wing. LaRoche intended for Wallfield. Mid-Fairfield will have it. Rare back checking like a fiend. Pizarnik. Pizarnik dodging, weaving. Backhanded toward the net. LaRoche keeps it alive, takes it away from number 8. Murray. Bodden, Peterson. Demonsky again getting sent into the boards. No call. How much more punishment does she have to take? Bodden interrupting the plan. Bodden goes down to the ice. Whistle perhaps blown for the dislodged net. I'm not sure. Four minutes and 14 seconds. White went in the direction of Gross. Wallfield had the momentum, so she gets the puck. Boyle on the opposite, or not on the opposite, but on the other side of her. Back to Rare. Rare will send that. No, I'm sorry, White. Not confused by the 6 in the red helmet. Boyle blocks the dump. She, White, 3 minutes 40. Boyle sends it toward the goalkeeper, who freezes it right in front of the crease. That'll bring out LaRoche, Rare, and Pizarnik. Rydell. Demonsky. That'll come up. Rare. Bats it out of the air. Falls down, still manages to keep it moving. Good for her. Pizarnik. Rydell. Rydell in the backhand. Goes off to the left of the net. 3 minutes even. At what point does Mid-Fairfield pull the keeper? That'll be Demonsky. Demonsky to Pizarnik. That puck goes off to the right of the net. 2:28. Shot. Stopped by Rare. Pizarnik sends it to Rare. Rare's got a chance. She dumps the puck off. Keeps the puck long.
Come on, White.
Peterson took away, I think it was 7-on-7. Somebody not happy with Abby Peterson. Comes back to Maurice. Maurice will send that long. Buck 45. Shot. Blyer sends it off. 140. Goalkeeper still in the net. Gets the signal. Now she comes off. No, she's called back. Here comes Brianna White. White's had herself a heck of a tournament. Got 2 goals and an assist the other day and an assist this morning. Rydell. Murray gets it forward to Boyle. Boyle will send that up, minute 15, and the more time it spends down here, the less opportunity that the Stars have to pull their keeper. LaRoche. Now with a minute to go, battle at the boards. The messaging from the coaches has to be keep the puck away from number 8. Mid-Fairfield comes up with it. That'll be She. Flinging around the side. Shot from the point. Ends up to LaRoche. 44 seconds. LaRoche has a chance at the empty net. They just pulled the keeper. Remember, this is for the championship, CHC championship, and a trip to the New England District Regionals, guaranteed. 27 seconds. Caramante in the corner. Puck loose. She gets it to Pizarnik. Pizarnik will send that long. Not in the right direction for the goal, but in the right direction for the Polar Bears, and it comes back as an icing. .7 seconds on the clock, and someone calls a timeout, presumably mid-Fairfield. The Polar Bears hoping to exercise the demons of Beantown when they went to overtime in a shootout and ultimately did not come up with a win in that tournament. The Polar Bears drawing up a play. Coach Amanda and Coach Katie. And we'll see what they say. Again, the face-off will be in the near face-off dot on the Polar Bears zone. So on the ice will be Wallfield, Boyle, Pizarnik, White, and Maurice, and they'll have to fight off 12.7 seconds. We'll see what happens here. Puck to Boyle. Boyle will send that long. Doubtless that's enough. 6. Oh, it comes back as an icing again. And so we'll do it again. 5.7 from 12.7. Caramante being waved off. Kicked forward. And are they calling it a goal? They are! Mid-Fairfield ties it up. With 1.8 seconds left on the clock, Mid-Fairfield ties it up. What a game. If your heart rate's not elevated, you're dead. I said if your heart rate's not elevated for this, you're dead. There's no other way to describe it. Now the question is, are we going to a shootout? Is it overtime?
I don't know. I don't like 3-on-3. Nobody knows how to play it.
Well, whatever the rules say, that's what it is, but I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it looked like it got caught up in the pad or something,
Kepler coming onto the ice. Will she be going in for Blyer? I don't know. Nope, Blyer's going back to the net. And so, looks like we're doing a little 3-on-3. 17 minutes of 3-on-3, okay. No, 5-on-5. So it looks like it's another period. Presumably sudden death.
Come on, boy, control it. Let's go.
Gets to Pizarnik. Boyle will send that long. Maurice sends it to the back of Boyle. Murray and Wallfield out. Rydell stands strong. Rydell. A little drag around a couple. Gets the puck deep to the zone. Wallfield sets up wrong side of the stick. And here we go. It'll be a 2-on-1. Maddie Rayer back checking. Pass across. Taken away by Rayer. Shot. It goes in. Mid-Fairfield comes up in the end and is the state champs. Wallfield feeling every bit of that. So we'll see what happens with the trip to regionals. I've been told that 2 or 3 from Connecticut will usually go there. So we'll find out. In the meantime, thanks for joining us for a very exciting game. We'll see you back, hopefully, in a week in the great state of Maine.